Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new episode of Explore and Engage with Anam. My friends, the November 2024 election is going to be the most important election of our lifetime. I think the American people understand that. We all understand the importance of the November 2024 election. This election will determine the direction of our country. This election will determine our future. My friends, in an election, if you have two candidates, then the contest is really a contest of ideas. A candidate would talk about his or her policy proposals. A candidate would talk to the voters about what he or she is going to do if elected. And then the other candidate would do the same. Talk to the voters about policy proposals, about policy ideas. Talk to the voters about what the candidate would do if elected, how the person would govern. And so ideally, an election is about a contest of ideas. The voters get to hear the different policy proposals, the different ideas that the candidates have, and that's how the voters make the decision who they are going to vote for. But in this election, if you're paying attention, then you'll see that the Democrats, they are busy spreading all kinds of negative messages about Donald Trump. That's what the Democrats are doing. Instead of talking about their policy ideas and what kind of policy solutions they would like, instead of talking about policy ideas, they are talking about all kinds of negative things about Donald Trump. That's the strategy they have. Many Democrats out there, they like to pretend that the world will come to an end if Trump wins the election. And the reason why the Democrats have this kind of an election strategy is because they don't have any ideas, they don't have any policies to win votes. So they engage in fear-mongering and saying that if Trump wins, this will happen. If Trump wins, the sky will fall. Reportedly, Kamala Harris is suggesting that Donald Trump will sign an abortion ban if he is elected. This is false. This is deception. Trump will not sign an abortion ban. But this is the kind of fear-mongering that the Democrats are engaging in, and this is unacceptable. This is the election strategy that the Democrats have as we approach November 2024, saying that Trump will sign an abortion ban if he's elected. That is just false. Trump's never going to do that. But this is the strategy of the Democrats. Now, the reason why the Democrats are doing this is because the Biden-Harris administration has a record of failures. A record of failures. And so to hide their own record of failures, the Democrats are engaging in this kind of fear-mongering. The real fear, if you want to talk about fear, the real fear is about what is already happening in this economy with the Biden-Harris team in charge. Record high gas prices, inflation affecting groceries, massive border crisis, and so much more. So this election is really about the Biden-Harris administration and their failures. The election is about rejecting the Biden-Harris administration. Although Joe Biden is not running for president anymore, Joe Biden's vice president, his top ally, Kamala Harris, is at the top of the presidential ticket. So by rejecting the Kamala Harris and Tim Walz ticket, by rejecting the Harris-Walz ticket, the American people can reject the Biden-Harris administration. The American people can reject the Democrat policies or lack of policies, because what the Biden-Harris administration has done has caused tremendous damage to our economy. But the Biden-Harris administration is trying to change the focus. They are trying to keep the focus on Donald Trump, and they are trying to get away with all the damage that the Democrats have done, damage to this economy. Let's talk about Donald Trump. Remember when gas was affordable? Remember when inflation was not a problem? When we didn't have this issue of skyrocketing prices? Do you remember those days? Remember when border security was a top priority? Those were years when Donald Trump was in office. When Trump was in office, when Trump was the commander-in-chief, American businesses thrived. When Donald Trump was in office, American people felt confident about investing. When Donald Trump was in office, the American people earned good wages and salaries, and they could afford to go on vacation. But then the Biden-Harris administration came, and they destroyed the peace and prosperity in our lives. And it is the same Vice President Harris, who is now running for the office of the president. And so she doesn't have a great record to run on. And as she campaigns, she can't really talk about her success because the list of failures is very long. And so the Democrats try to focus on Donald Trump, and they try to spread all kinds of negative messages about Trump. But the American voters will have to ask themselves, can we afford 4 more years of Biden-Harris policies in the form of Harris-Walz policies? Can we afford such high inflation that continues to erode the value of money? Can we afford to see our savings fall? Can we afford to pay such high gas prices for 4 more years? Whenever I go to the gas station to buy a tank of gas, it is shocking to see how high the prices still are. And it's all because of the Biden-Harris administration's war on fossil fuels. The Biden-Harris administration has declared a war on fossil fuels. So this is about Democrat policies and how the Democrat policies have failed, how the Democrat policies have pushed our economy to this point, this economy that we're living in right now, with high inflation, high gas prices, massive border crisis. So this election, the November 2024 election, this is about rejecting Democrat policies. And this is about embracing the common sense policies that we saw when Trump was in office. We want affordable groceries. We want affordable gas prices. We want a secure southern border. We want peace and prosperity. We want to see American businesses thrive. And it's possible if we elect Donald Trump. So the Democrats will continue to spread all kinds of negative messages about Trump. But us, we, the American people, we have to see and we have to determine, we have to understand what's good for our country, what's good for our economy. The policies of the Trump administration helped our economy. And the policies of the Biden-Harris administration caused widespread damage to our economy. So no matter how much the Democrats engage in fear-mongering and they say all kinds of negative things about Donald Trump, We, the American people, we know the truth. And that's why many freedom-loving Americans, they are looking at Donald Trump. They want Donald Trump back in the White House as the commander-in-chief. My friends, thank you for continuing to listen to my podcast. Please share with me your thoughts. You can go to my website, tossifanam.net, and send me a message. You can find me on social media. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm on X, and I'm on Truth Social. You can also email me. My email address is tossif@tossifanam.net. Thank you so much for continuing to listen to my podcast. I hope to be back again soon with a new episode of Explore and Engage with Anam.